All right, welcome back to another expert gameplay. Today we're doing Mansion Attack versus Psylocke. Now, this was voted on by my YouTube members and patrons over on Patreon, so I greatly appreciate their support. Because of them, we could do games like this. So if you ever want to vote on these games, go check out Patreon or YouTube memberships to vote on it. Like I said, I really appreciate them, so thank you to all of them. So we're gonna be doing this on Expert. I have not played this scenario or this hero in a while. So I'm a little nervous how this will go. But the deck that I'm using for Psylocke is down in the description, so you can check it out to see what I'm doing. It's a pretty straightforward deck, though. So it's nothing too crazy. I mean, it's a confused stun deck, right? Psylocke does a lot of them with upside the head and whatnot. So we're going to try and see what happens. Hopefully it'll work out good, but we'll see. So, all right. We now have to put state the school environment into play, shuffle all the copies of the main scheme 2A, and stack them under the scheme. Shuffling the villains together without looking creates the villain deck. All right, so we now have that. We are going to create the villain deck and see what our first one is. Oops. Trying not to look. Avalanche. Oh, I think Avalanche is rough. It comes in with 18. All right, so 18 on Avalanche and toughness. They pretty much all have toughness, but we have piercing, so that works out well. Deal each player a face-down encounter card, advance to the next card in the main deck, and add this card to the victory display. So we are playing on Expert, so we have to defeat 3 villains. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so this is the cafeteria. So he gets retaliate. I get retaliate. Everyone gets retaliate, right? I'm just going to put that in now, so hopefully it reminds me that everyone has retaliate. So avalanche hits for a lot after you exhaust an ally you control. Okay, so that's not bad if we don't have that many allies out there. He just has to attack us, so he's going to be exhausting us. So allies are going to be weak right now, so we don't want to focus in on them. We want to focus on building out anyway, but he's going to hit like a truck, so we have to prepare ourselves for that. We'll probably be flipping down a lot. I kind of want to prioritize getting rid of him, but then bad things happen as well. Oh, we forgot the encounter card. All right, so 2, 4, 6. Let's see how this goes. X gonna give it to you, which is interesting because we can confuse right away. Ooh, white queen. Discard a status card. I don't think we need that. Training regiment's not bad. Scimitar's okay. Okay, I like a lot of this stuff actually, but the problem is. All right, I think what we do is we're gonna flip up to Psylocke. There's nothing to really. Oh, wait. Actually, let's throw away White Queen because we can't really use her right now, and let's get Training Regiment in there. So we are Alter Ego still, so we can exhaust. Where are my tokens? To search your deck for a skill card and add it to your hand. 1, 2, 3. Nah, it doesn't really make sense. We'll just keep it there so that we have it. There's not too much we can do with it right now. So we'll flip it to hero side. We'll use both our doubles and throw away Scimitar to play X gonna give it to you. Let's confuse the villain, right? Because we're probably gonna want to flip down soon so we can confuse him right away. That would be solid. So that's that. Everyone has retaliate, which stinks, but that's okay. And I'm gonna throw away upside the head to play psionic training. So this allows us to get around guard and patrol. Which is pretty solid. So let's. Oh wait, when I use this, sorry, I forgot to flip this over. I'm gonna mess up on that a little bit, so bear with me here. So we add 1, and we have piercing now, which is good because I think what we're gonna do is attack for 2 and pierce through his tough. So that brings him down to 16 life. He does have retaliate, so that hits me 1. X gonna give it to you and thwart just the 1 off of here. And that's that. And then we can ready up. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So Fury of Blades is actually pretty solid. Endurance would be nice, but getting Pete could be good. He's just going to be exhausted, though. Because every time he attacks. But still, he has a good amount of threat reduction. All right, we'll figure that out. All right, so one goes on to the main thing, right? Now he's going to attack. Ooh, he never readied him up. X is going to take this hit, so it's going to be 5 damage, knocks out X. Now you would just spun that all the way around. Exhaust after Avalanche attacks you. He did attack me. We would exhaust an ally you control as a response, but we have no allies, so that's fine. All right, so now we get our bad cards. First one is Surge and Exhaust Your Identity. That's absolutely terrible. All right, so that's going to Surge, and we'll see what we get, which is Hopping Mad. Toad activates. If he's not in play, look for Toad and put him into play and reveal him. All right, so... Oh, I also switched out Mystique and put in Exodus. I should have mentioned that. I really don't like Mystique that much, and she's just a pain. I felt like Exodus was kind of tough to add another minion in there, so we put him in there. So we'll see how that goes. All right, Toad has 3 lives, so we're probably gonna do stuff to knock him out, I think. So he gets revealed. Nothing really happens when he's revealed, so that's quite all right. And now our second bad card is Movable. Blob activates against you if he's not in play. Search for Blob and reveal him. Cool. So now we get to deal with Blob. Blob has 6 life with Guard. We don't care about Guard, though. It doesn't really matter much to us. But, you know, still, less than ideal. So each character has Retaliate 1. So we have to remember that. Because they do come in with Retaliate. Oh, X had Retaliate. But he didn't survive the attack. So it doesn't trigger. Never mind. I got excited there for a second. Okay. So what I'm thinking is deal 2 damage to an enemy. For each side knife you control, choose enemy and confuse it. Or for each side katana, deal 2 damage to enemy. So what I'm thinking is we can confuse Blob. We already have Avalanche confused. We can do enough to knock out Toad. And then we can drop down and hang out. So what I'm thinking is, because it would be 2, 4, 6. I mean, it'd be enough to take out Blob, but yeah, probably not the right move. All right, let's exhaust both of these and throw away Pete to play Flurry of Blades. So deal 2 damage to enemy. We're gonna deal 2. We do get Retaliate because that's 1 hit, right? Actually, no. For each damage you control, choose enemy and deal 2 damage to it. I think that's a separate line. I think those are separate attacks. I always get confused with this because of how this works. If Flurry of Blades is a separate attack or not. Yeah, because you'd be choosing a different enemy. So I would get Retaliated the 1, and then we choose the enemy, we get hit back. We don't get Retaliated the second time. I might be slightly off, but I'll take the worst thing of the 2. Now we get to confuse an enemy, so we will confuse Blob, and that is played. Now, throw away or get double to play Endurance, which gives us 3 hit points. That brings us up to 11. And 9, 10, 11. I forgot to get out the tokens for that. And the problem is I don't remember exactly where they are. I keep forgetting I have them. Oh, here they are. So we'll add the +3 token onto it. So we know we have 3 additional lives, so we don't forget about it. That's why you have tokens. If you want tokens like this, check the link down below. Save 5%. Help out this channel. Okay, so let's flip down to this form of her. Do we have a skill card that we want to add to our hand? Not really. Not yet, at least. All right, so let's ready up. So we're pretty good now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. I'm hoping for some build out cards. Flurry of Blades, though, will knock out Blob with a double. We get Angel as well. Okay. That's not bad. That's not bad. All right, we can't use these as resources yet. So that's thing. So he's confused. He is confused. And then we get our bad card, which is Body Swapped. Okay. Flip each of your side. Okay. Discard 1 Psionic card from your hand to discard this obligation. All right. So when reveal, flip each of your energy to the side katana side and exhaust it. Ugh. So they are exhausted. We now have a lot of attack and no threat removal. And we are body swapped. So that's things. So I can't use those anymore, which does put a damper on things. It's not the worst thing, but it's not great. So let's now... We want to get rid of this. So it is our turn. We're going to throw away a psionic card from your hand to discard this obligation. So now we can freely move these if we would like to, which we're probably going to at some point. Let's use Training Regimen to search your deck for a skill card and add it to your hand. We're really using this to just get an extra resource, I think. So we'll get Upside the Head. Maybe not Upside the Head. Oh wait, we could get the defense card, which would be really nice. Now, you know what? We're doing one of the Upside the Heads. Because I'm not worried about that yet. And I need to take out Blob right away. We're going to get Retaliate a lot, which stings, but I think that'll be alright. So, we did that. Let's flip up. Let's do... 2, 4. So I'm going to deal 3 damage to Blob. We are going to get Retaliated by 1. So it's 3 there. We get hit down, back down to 10. I'm going to use a double and float like a butterfly to play Angel. After you play him from your hand, ready your identity. We are going to attack for another 3 and knock out Blob. Interrupt when you use one of your basic powers, you can flip one. We don't want to flip it yet, so we're not going to do that. Then we're going to use... You know what? We're going to now... Now, we're going to throw away a double and Upside the Head to play Flurry of Blades. We have all katanas out here, so we're going to do 2, 4, 6 damage. We get retaliated 3 times. So he's down to 10. We're down to 7. Okay. And then that's at 2, so we might as well... Do we want to thwart it? No, I'm not worried about thwarting it. He's gonna hit for 2. He's gonna get retaliated. So that brings him down to 8 life. Be a little aggressive, right? Alright, so we can ready everything up. We still have the katanas. And we'll probably have Angel take the hit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Move 1 threat from scheme. Alright. Psylocke redirect. When you take any mana damage, prevent it. That could be good. We'll hold on to that. Okay. Well, we might want to flip down soon. So if we do, here's the thing. If we do Psylocke redirect, right? When you would take any mana damage, prevent 2. For each Psy Katana, prevent 2 additional. We can't confuse because we don't have the knife. We could defend, which will defend 2. And then we can flip one of these, and then at least we have 4 defense and 2 defense, so we're pretty good then. We're going to have to exhaust Angel, though. So it's like, why not use them? We just have no way to confuse the enemy. I mean, we could with this, but I don't want to discard this card. Actually, if we use that, we can bring it back with Training Regimen and probably use it again. Actually, okay, so we're going to use... Okay, first we got to put a threat on, all right? 1 threat removal. Avalanche is going to attack Angel. So it's going to be 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. Ouch. I'm happy I did that. Jeez. Retaliate doesn't trigger, so we're good there. Bad card is Pyro. After Pyro attacks you... All right, he's not attacking me yet. So, we do have the attack card now. No, we don't have the attack card. We got rid of it. Oof. Okay, this changes kind of what I wanted to do. I mean, we could hit him for 3, get retaliated, but then we flip back down. I would like to confuse the enemy. I feel like that would be good. All right, let's use both the katanas to play mental detection. Do we want to flip one? No, we don't. So remove 1 threat from a scheme. Done. For each katana you control, draw a card. So we control 2 katanas. We'll draw 1, 2. Ugh. That is just bad. It's a bad way of doing things. Okay, so when you reveal a treachery card, cancel. That's fine. Oops. Let's use a double to play Psionic Redirect. I think what we're going to do is we're going to thwart. We're going to thwart. So when you use one of the basic powers to interrupt, flip 1 side counter. So we are going to flip this. So now it's 1 attack, 1 thwart. So now we're removing 2 threat off of here. And then after Psylocke Thwarts, discard Psychic Training to confuse the enemy. So we're going to discard that. Yeah, that's fine. Discard that to confuse the villain. Let's drop 2 cards to play Sense of Justice. Oh, I have Psionic Redirect just sitting here. Actually, let's throw away Psionic Redirect in this to play Sense of Justice. We're going to hold on to this. Let's flip down then. And look for a skill card. I want... The +1 defense is pretty solid. Yeah, let's get that. Or not that. Where is it? There it is. +1 defense. So with that now, we can throw away this card to play this. So now we have +1 defense. And I like the idea of just holding on to that to try to keep the defense for as long as possible. But we'll see if we can hold on. I am going to have to heal next turn. So we'll see how this goes. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. The Retaliate one, weapons is nice. Gambit would be nice. He might be able to take out Pyro. Hope isn't terrible. Just expensive. Maybe we do Hope to get a superpower card. Search your deck for a superpower card. Where do we have? Flurry of Blades is not superpower. We have no superpower. Okay, so that doesn't make as much sense. I think I have her in there for other things. I forgot why I put it in there. You could probably replace her. Okay, so 1 on there. He's confused. He does nothing. He's going to scheme for 2. And we're going to get our bad card, which is attach to a minion and give it a tough stats. Otherwise, this card gains Surge. Attached minion gets +5 hit points. Of course they do. So he's at 9. We have to now focus on that card. I do not want that card to be there, so we definitely have to focus on that. Okay. We have Piercing to get through the tough. Everything has Retaliate, which is terrible. Gambit can help. I like the Retaliate and Weapons Master because now we can retaliate for 2. Okay, let's look for a skill card. Try to get an extra resource here. Do we not have any? Oh my god, we don't have any. Okay, so we don't have one, which is the worst. Let's flip up. Let's use both our resources to put in weapons training. Put it right there for now. So we actually have double retaliate now. So when things attack, we can just defend a lot. And hopefully this strategy is going to work for us. Let's do 1, 2, 3 cards to play Gambit. So we get to look at the top 3 cards. Okay, so a 3 boost icon card. How is this going to work? He's going to attack with this one. This would be a treachery. That's going to be another one. Okay. Oh, wait, no. It's going to be that. That's going to be your boost. That would be your treachery. Oh, it's going to be an expensive boost. Okay, whatever. We'll deal with that in a second. So he now has a 3/3 stat line. All right, we're going to now deal 2 damage or piercing. So it goes through his tough. It's 2 damage. We get retaliated. Gambit is going to deal 3 more damage. So it brings it to 5. And Gambit gets retaliated plus consequential, which is rough. I don't love this. Pyro is just going to deal indirect damage. Which we just probably have to take. Avalanche, maybe we can block. All right, let's ready up. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, Flurry of Blades might be huge for us, but we'll see. 1 goes on here. Avalanche is going to attack. We have to have Gambit take the hit. I don't think we can afford to take it. Yeah, I don't think we can really defend against Pyro either. Yeah, Gambit's just gonna take the hit. So it's gonna be 4, 5, 6, 7. That's why we didn't want to take it. It's just too much damage. Knocks out Gambit, exhaust an ally. We have to go with that. Pyro's gonna attack. We retaliate for 2. Then force response. We discard the top 2 cards. There's 2 resources, so we take 2 indirect damage. He does not get retaliated on that. Indirect damage doesn't get retaliated. So he's at 7. He has total of 9 life. Okay, that's a good sign. Pyro activates against you. Well, son of a gun. All right, so he's going. Well, here's the thing. He's going to attack for 0, which it's still attacking me. So I retaliate too. It just knocks him out. So I don't think he gets to do the force response because it's after he attacks you, right? And I don't think I would get hit from the rest of it, because the retaliate should happen before the force response. Maybe I actually have to look in the rule book for that one. I'm not 100% sure. When does retaliate actually happen? Let's look that up. ST. Retaliate. The character with retaliate must survive the attack to deal damage. Yeah, he did. Character retaliate. In order to resolution. Abilities that trigger after a character takes any amount of damage. Okay, retaliate after a character is attacked. That says after pyro attacks. Or after a character attacks and does a thing. So according to the retaliate page on page 35, it's the first step is abilities that trigger after character takes amount of damage, then retaliate X. So that's where we are, retaliate X, which is 2. And then it says abilities that trigger, which is this, after character, which is pyro. So it says after pyro is attacked or after pyro attacks and whatever is in parentheses. So that's the third one. So I do think this works according to the rules. So small victories, I'll take it. That's nice. Oh, that was our bad card, right? It was the Pyromaniac because he attacked us again. Okay, cool. Now it's our turn. That worked out oddly well for us. Again, I'll take a win when I can get it. All right, so I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do mental detection. Use both of these cards. Remove 1 threat from a scheme. Done. Then for each knife you have, remove 2 additional threats. So this is down by 2. Then for each katana, draw a card. So we're gonna draw 1. Ah, it's Moira. I would have liked to keep that. Okay, that's fine. Now I think we're gonna dump 3 cards to play Flurry of Blades, and we're gonna get retaliated a little bit, but that's okay. So deal 2 damage to an enemy. 1, 2. Brings it down to 6. We get retaliated. Then for each knife you control, choose an enemy and confuse it. Okay, I choose you, Pikachu. And then each katana, we deal 2 more damage. So he's down to 4, and then we get retaliate 1, so we're down to 2. So what we're going to do is flip down, and we're going to heal to 3. So we're back up at 5 life, and then we'll ready up. And he's confused, so we may try to stay down a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Unfortunately, we're going to get 2 bad cards, which is not great. But he has a low amount of health, which is good. Otherwise, deal each player an encounter card. The next villain. If the minion is the same as the title, player discard that minion and the villain activates against that player. Mansion attacks, I always read this 2 ways with Save the School of when this response happens. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we have Nick, which is we have X, which is really nice. There's a shot we just play X. Oh, this is interesting. I might flip up. Okay, we'll figure that out in a little bit. All right, this goes up by 1. He is confused. Then let's look at really quick. I want to look back at Mutant Genesis rulebook with this. Because the mansion attacks is always kind of weird with its ruling. I always forget how it works but of course they don't have anything. I guess it never came up as an issue. Okay, so what it says on Saves the School, we are confused. So we have to, let's just get our 2 bad cards. we have to do that one. Let's just remember this. So force response for save the school. After the villain is defeated, if there's X villains, they won't be. The players win. Otherwise, deal each player an encounter card and reveal the next villain. Easy enough. If a minion with the same title as the new villain is engaged with that player, discard that minion and the villain activates against that player. I assume that means the villain only activates if we discard the minion, not that it's whatever. You know what I mean? It's not like it just activates against you. Powerful punch. But I think we're good. I think that's how it works. Yeah, that makes sense to me. All right, let's deal with the first one. All right, each Acolyte minion engaged with you activates against you. If you're not engaged with an Acolyte minion, this card gains Surge. We have no Acolyte minions. Card gains Surge. Pyro. Okay, so we have to now reveal Pyro. So he comes back in. Fun. Come on, camera. Every now and again, this camera gets stuck. All right. The villain schemes. No good. So it's going to be 2, 3, 4. Ouch. 2. So this is up to 6 out of 7. We were going to stay down a little bit, but I think we're going to change a plan now. Which is fine. All right, so let's use Training Regimen to look for a skill card. I like the guard and patrol keyword thing. Especially if we can confuse an enemy if need be. It's a pretty good card to have. But Upside the Head might be better as a resource because we kind of need resources right now because I want to get Nick out there and have him kind of like get going. And I also would like to get X as well. It might be a bit much, but we'll see. So we do need to heal though 3, so that brings us back up to 8, and then we'll flip up. Let's do both our resources. That's 2, 3, 4. I'm not gonna worry about Cerebro yet. To play Nick Fury, we're gonna draw our 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's not ideal. I mean, it's not the worst thing ever, but it's not great. Let's do 2, 3 to play X. Gonna give it to you. He comes in. We're gonna confuse the villain once again. We don't want to knock him out though, so just important note to self. And then let's actually dump these 3 cards to play Angel, who, after you play him from your hand, ready your identity. So we're going to ready our identity up. Okay. So now what we can do for fun is we can thwart for 3 here, which is really strong. 2, 4. Okay. Angel will deal 2 damage here and get retaliate, so he gets 2 back on him. And then we're going to deal 2 damage on the Pyro, knocking him out. We don't get retaliated then, which is nice. Okay. And then Nick can now thwart 2 off of here. This is kind of like a big reset for us, which is super nice. The only thing that stinks is that we're not going to be able to keep both of them out, so they're going to get away. It would have been nice to be able to have them out a bit longer, but say 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. When revealed and remove threat. Getting Mora would be nice for each time we drop down and flip up. Yeah, okay. 1 goes on the here. Avalanche is going to attack. We're going to have X take it, I guess. So it's going to be after Avalanche attacks you, exhaust ally you control. Okay, so 4, 5, 6 knocks out X. To be expected, we exhaust Angel. Bad card is Blob activates against you. If he's not in play, search the encounter deck for Blob and put him into play. Didn't we just have Blob? Okay. And then we lose Nick Fury, sadly. All right, so actually, you know what? No, we're not going to do this. This is a treachery. We want to cancel it. I forgot we had this. Telepathic suggestion. So we're going to use both our katana and knife. For each side, so we cancel its 1 revealed. For each side katana you control, which is 1, choose the enemy and deal 2 damage to it. So I choose you, Avalanche. Brings it down to 2. For each side knife, choose a scheme and remove 1 threat from it. Okay, that's what we're going to do. We still lose Nick Fury, obviously, because it's the end of the round, but at least then we remove threat. We dealt 2 damage. This actually gives us an opening to flip down, which is really good too. Because I think we need to do that because he is confused. It allows us to play Moira as well. So I think we're going to do that. So let's flip down. We're going to dump 2 cards to play Moira, which I'm really excited about because, again, getting up to 7 cards on the flip up will be really good. And then we're going to heal another 3, bring us up to 11. Obviously, we can go over the max amounts because of our endurance. So, all right, cool. Confused Lock is doing really well. Stun Lock's not, but that's fine. 4, 5, 6. All right, Flurry of Blades is fine, which we'll probably use. Okay, pretty interesting. All right, I think we're doing well. This goes up by 1. Confuse is gone. We're going to be knocking out Avalanche, which should be nice. Okay, Herald of Avalon when defeated. Okay, so we're going to be getting extra back cards. We now all of a sudden need to prioritize this. So when the Exodus and reveal him. Oh, he's going to get Exodus, which is terrible. Terrible. All right, so when you take any amount of damage is nice. If we heal again, we only go up to 13. I don't think that's worth it. Do we want to shuffle a Psionic card from our discard pile back into our deck? Maybe. Maybe. Actually, mental detection, I like the idea of moving that back in. So let's do that. Let's use the katana. Wait, why did I just throw away Hope Summers? Wait, no, that's right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Mental detection, we'll shuffle that back in. Okay. We'll do the skill card. And it's going to be you gotta have one upside the head. Okay. Shuffle that up. Let's now, we have nothing on this side, right? Yeah. So let's flip up. In doing so, we can exhaust Moira to draw a card. Gray double. We don't have a gray card. Okay. That's just bad. Okay. Makes a basic attack. Confuse the enemy if it's already confused. Stun. Let's throw away the gray double to play our training rooms. Now we ignore guard and patrol. We have to get rid of that. Okay, so this is like a bad time to flip because we're gonna get 3 bad cards. Which is, obviously less than ideal. But maybe we just go for it, All right, let's do Angel's gonna knock himself out, knocking out Avalanche. So Avalanche is done. Otherwise, deal each player an encounter card. Sad. He comes in with toughness. Attacks and damages a character you control. Discard 1 random card from your hand. Okay. Meaning with the same title, it's not. All right. So we defeated 1 villain. We have to defeat 2 more. He's back up to 16 life. So we have that. We have our 1 bad card that we got. So let's do 2 damage to pierce the tough. And he's down to 14. We get retaliate 1. I'm going to do a double and a Psy Knife to play Flurry of Blades. Choose enemy. Deal 2 damage. So they're down to 12 life. For each katana or for each knife you control, confuse an enemy. Confused. Each katana you control, deal 2 damage. So he's down to 10 life. We get retaliated 1 more. Oh, we should have done the basic attack. Well, no, it doesn't make a difference, actually. Upside the head doesn't make a difference. That is. So we have that. These are all events. He is confused. We're going to get bad cards. I'm just going to drop these 2. Oh, we have thwart events we can be using this for. I completely forgot about that card. All right. That's fine. We need to try to just survive now. Through all these bad cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Mental detection would be nice to remove threat if need be, but I think we're doing okay. Even if that pops once, I think we're okay. So we'll see how this goes. All right, 1 goes here. Now, Toad is going to attack for 2, right? We have the ability to prevent 4 damage worth. I think we just prevent the 4 damage worth. You know what I mean? So we don't defend because I don't want to exhaust yet. So we're going to deal, yeah, 2, 3 if this is avalanche. No, it's not. So 3 damage. We're going to do psionic redirect. We're going to use both our knife and our katana. Prevent 2, additional 2, and then confuse that enemy. Unfortunately, they're already confused, so nothing happens. But we do retaliate 2, which is nice. So they're down to 8 life. Now, bad news bears. We get 1 bad card. Come on. 1 bad card. Second bad card, and then 1 here. A lot of bad cards to get through. But we do have our telepathic suggestion if we need it. Hopefully we don't, but we'll see. Avalanche minion after attacks. Okay, so we'll worry about that in a little bit. That's a little rough. The villain schemes. Okay, so he doesn't because he's confused. So that's fine. We lose our confused though, but worse things have happened. Okay, protection. Protect the students. When defeat the player, defeat this, looks for an ally and adds it to their hand. Okay, so it comes in with 4. So that's no good either. We do have to get rid of that. We can go around guard and patrol, but we can't get around crisis icons like that. We can remove enough threat to get rid of that, which is something. Searches their deck and discard pile for an ally. Interesting. I almost think we let the cafeteria pop soon. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think we almost do. All right, so what we're going to do is dump these 2 cards to play mental detection, remove 1 threat from a scheme. Let's do it off of this one. 2 additional, and then we get to draw a card. Ooh, the White Queen. Interesting. Okay. Not really what I wanted, but that's fine. We could get this off, protect the students. I think that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to exhaust to get rid of this. We now get to get an ally and add it to our hand. I'm going to get X again. And then we're going to flip down. We're going to ready up. White Queen we'll actually throw away. I don't think we need her. 4, 5, 6. Okay, remove threat again, which could be good. Flurry of Blades is really good for taking out Avalanche. All right, so this goes up by 1. He is going to scheme for 3, 4. Attach this card to a minion and give it a tough status card. Ugh. Okay. That's less than ideal. We have to deal with that. So that's 4. Removes this. So there's now 2. If a third one comes in, not great. But everyone loses their retaliate, except for me. I still have 1. Each ally minion gains toughness. Okay, so retaliate goes down by 1. Our retaliate goes down by 1. This is fine now, because if we deal damage, we stop getting retaliated. That was like the slow thing that was killing us over and over. He's going to scheme for 1. So we can't let this pop on the basketball court or we lose. All right, back card is Under Siege. Reveal. Place 3 threat here for each Brotherhood of Mutants in play. So it's 6 total because there's 3 and 3. All right, 2, 4, 6. Okay. Next one is attach to a minion. When attached minion would leave play, instead heal all damage and put him back into play. Okay. Avalanche is a little beefed up. He's a little strong right now. Don't love that. All right. So we need to get rid of this. We need to get rid of that. We need to get rid of a lot of things. And we need to get rid of Avalanche. So do we have a massive damage card? We do have Flurry of Blades. He does have 10 life, which isn't great. We could basically do 4 damage. I might switch to like pure attack soon, a little bit. All right, let's throw away Upside the Head to play X Gene to hopefully help us out paying for some of these cards. Let's look for our skill card. Please be 1. Okay, there is 1. Float like a butterfly. Sorry, you're gonna get used as a resource. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we did that. All right. So let's flip up. Use Moira to draw a card. Okay. We want to play a mental detection, so we're going to use an xgen and sense of justice because there's a thwart event, and this is an identity-specific event. Remove one threat from a scheme. One there, and then 2 for an additional katana thing. Actually, you know what? No, let's just remove it off of here. Add 1 back here, remove 1 off here. Each katana, draw a card. So we draw 1, it's peak wisdom. Okay. Then what we'll do. Oh, we can't do X and Flurry of Blades. I do want to get rid of that. Ready each weapon upgrade you control. We might get rid of the retaliate. Because then we can ready your upgrades and generate more resources. 1, 2. Which 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Ready it up. No, it's still not enough, so it doesn't matter. Okay. All right, mental detection. I mean, it draws us another card. 3. Oh wait, we can play both because we're gonna draw another card with mental detection. No, we're not because we're gonna exhaust all that. Never mind. Oh boy. Okay. Let's not confuse. Let's not worry about that. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna attack. We're gonna interrupt this so we get an extra attack onto this. So we're swinging for 3. Time to be a little aggressive. So swing for 3, pierces this, does 3 damage out of his 10. Then let's use 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Throw away that to play Professor X. Gonna give it to you. We get to. Oh wait, we're not an X-Men. We can't ready. Let's stun a minion. Now let's confuse the villain. Kisses pops. Confuse the villain. Then we're gonna dump 3 cards to play Flurry of Blades. So we're gonna deal 2 damage. So it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 total damage. Ugh. It's not enough to knock him out. X going to thwart 3 off of here. Get rid of this card. When defeated, no, there's none. All right, so that's a little bit better. Still not great though. Toad. If it attacks you, exhaust the character you control. All right, we can defend against Toad. All right, well, we just have to hope for the best here. I feel a little off with Exodus was a little bit tough. Maybe I should have stuck with Mystique. No, Mystique is really rough. Oh, we get another bad card. Okay. We're not doing great because of that. Herald of Avalon is really messing us up. And I need to take care of it, but like I can't yet. 4. Another Flurry of Blades. Okay. You're empowering all of us at the wrong time, too. Alright. Alright, we'll see how this goes. 1 here. Toad's going to attack. We want to defend this, so we're defending 3. So 2 still does damage to us. So we have discard 1 random card from our hand, which is not what we wanted. I do have Retaliate. So let me do that in a second. Power all of us. That's actually probably the best one to lose. We retaliate 1. Avalanche is going to attack. X is going to take the hit. He does 3, 4 damage. After Avalanche attacks you, exhaust the character you control. You're already exhausted. Joke's on you. All right, so normal bad card, extra bad card. This is what's going to be the end of us. We can't be doing this all the time. Toad activates against you. Okay, I have nothing. I have no way to stop a treachery, so sure, why not? He is going to deal 2, 3, 4, 5 damage, brings us down to 3. We've discarded a random character or a random card from our hand. Psychic manipulation. Next one is Groundswell. Avalanche activates against you. Okay, so that he does, and that's going to be the end of it because we can't cancel it. And he's going to attack for 4. We have no way to ready up. We have no blocks. That's going to be -10. Jeez, man, the Exodus Modulus that really messes up with this because he had so much life. And even if we would have taken all this out, he would have come back in with another 5 and just messed us up. So that was less than ideal. I mean, it's just Psylocke is not bad when you stun and confuse fine. It's just when these minions start coming out, it gets a little bit rough. That we needed to get rid of. But Exodus, I mean, even one reveal searching counter for a Psylocke shield attachment attached to Exodus, which is this thing. I mean, he does get tough, but I feel like we would have been able to handle it. I don't know. Maybe we should have focused on that because 3 bad cards is really bad. Oh, and then the villain would have attacked us, so it would have been even better. He would have done more damage and we would have discarded one of our 2 cards left. That was a really rough round, unfortunately, just because again, I think we should have prioritized this and we just didn't for a variety of reasons. I think that would have been the way to go. And then, yeah, yeah, but we got one down. I think Toad, we were getting there. Who was the next villain? Blob, which is a pretty tough villain, but I think we've been able to handle it. So anyway, fun time. What we're gonna do is on our patron and membership side, I'm gonna play one more round. I'm curious of what would happen if we would have finished. Like I know this would have taken me out, but we'll remove one of these cards randomly and see what it would do and how the game would go. So anyway, appreciate everyone watching this. Make sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe, turn on notifications if you want to see the next round or 2 of this. Make sure to become a YouTube member or a patron over on Patreon, and I will see you all next time.